I had a 12-year-old niece at the time who always wanted to go to Washington with me. I said, well, we're gonna plan a trip and you're gonna learn something. So while we were listening to the radio, Barack Obama had just clinched the Democratic nomination for the presidency. And they were talking about potential cabinet members for him should he win. And I looked at her and I asked Samantha, I said, can you tell me who makes up the president's cabinet? To which she replied without a thought, why do I care who makes his furniture? That's how this whole series, that's book number 11, by the way. The president's cabinet is not a piece of furniture. So America Johnson and her dog Liberty take our readers through patriotic adventures. Michelle and I took a big fat history book and we broke it down. And one of those adventures I want to share with you first is from the book America by George. She has to write a book report about George Washington, our very first president. So in order to get the kids to remember it, she wraps the life of George Washington for her book report. And I do want to say I wrote this book 9 years ago, long before Hamilton ever came out, and people laughed at me. I say, how do you like me now? So I give you, as performed on the Ellen DeGeneres show, the life of George Washington. I will be doing this when she calls me to be on her show, so you're the first to see it, okay? So here we go. My name is George, the first president. It's a pretty big job and really important. I started as a farmer and then measured the land, but I became a general in the army to command. My wife was Martha. She had a daughter and a son. I took them as my own, and as a family we were one. Martha helped the army when the soldiers were sick, nursing them to health so they could get to work quick. We finally beat the British and our country was saved. The road to our democracy was finally being paved. The Continental Congress needed someone to lead, so they voted me president, and I fulfilled the need. I united the new country through tough times for sure. I even stayed 2 terms to make sure it was secure. I had bad teeth, I was tall but fair. Other countries worked with me because they liked how much I cared. Do you want to know more? I never lived in the White House or Washington, D.C. I'm okay with that too. It's all because of me. Now this is really important. I didn't sign the Declaration of Independence, but I signed the Constitution. I'm okay with that too. It's all part of this evolution of this great country called the USA. I am the founding father, and I'm here to say, America is great. It was no accident. Take it from me, I was your first president. We have our 6th book in a series of 25 that just came out yesterday. It's so hot off the press, I don't even have copies of it yet. It's called Congress Has a Library. Liberty, in a dream, comes to life and meets 4 famous first dogs. President Washington's Mopsy, who sounds like Eeyore, looks like rain. President Garfield's Vito, who sounds like the Godfather. President Nixon's poodle Vicky, who sounds like a Southern belle. I am not a crook. And then we have President Bill Clinton's dog Buddy, who has ADHD. So if you can imagine all of these dogs taking you on a tour of the Library of Congress, all of our books have a quiz at the back. And the main thing that Michelle and I want to get through to the kids, whether it's America by George or the very first book, Liberty on the Loose in the White House, yes, Liberty sneaks into the White House. And as you're finding Liberty, you're learning all about the most famous house in the world. We also have Your Vote Counts, which was our great pleasure to partner with PBS, who turned it into a cartoon short, because America was running for student council and her father compares it to the presidential election. So we actually explained the Electoral College to elementary school students. It took us a bottle of Excedrin and 2 PhDs, but we did it. So we're very excited about that. And we also have the Great Missing Flag Caper. So before I close, I want to share with you something that Michelle and I hope everybody will want on their coffee table at Christmas time. As a special addition to our series last year, we took from Clement Moore's famous poem, The Night Before Christmas, and we created the patriotic version. It's called The Night Before Christmas in America. And I'm so proud of all the work that Michelle does, but I have to brag a little bit and share with you how she has illustrated this book. And in this poem, Santa is taking young readers on a patriotic ride through this great country we live in search of the greatest gift ever. It's the gift of democracy. So this book is kind of an homage to our military, because in this book you will notice that it's dedicated to 3 heroes who gave their lives, and Michelle and I have a connection to all 3 of them. They're in the artwork in this book because Santa pauses at a place where heroes rest, paying his respects to all because they gave more than their best. Without our military, we wouldn't have democracy. So we're very proud about The Night Before Christmas in America, the patriotic version of Clement Moore's famous poem. We are in booth 613. Who likes football? Anybody like football? Catch that. Bring that to my booth, and we have a signed copy of this for you. Thank you very much. That's my time. I'm MaryTherese. This is Michelle Graham-Fricks. We would love to chat with you about our patriotic journey over at the table and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much.